Here's my idea of guaranteed success. Now, obviously, no one can guarantee that you're going to win the Olympics, right? But as far as success, we're talking about taking your results to another level. That's success. That means national titles, state titles, or All-American, making the state finals. Just far-reaching success, and you can guarantee success. What we do is this. I say this. How do I beat Iowa State? Or fill in the blanks. College program. Or college athletes. Well, write that down on 3 pieces of paper. Make me drill it 900 times. And don't waste my time with anything else. If you do that, you're going to win. Then if you also attacked the mental side of wrestling, dealing with the emotions of wrestling, holding positioning is very important. I'd rather score 5 takedowns in practice and give up 0 than get 20 takedowns and give up 15. Wrap your mind around that concept. That's positioning. And you're able to move your feet and hand fight. We hand fight with a routine. Push, pull, hit, pick, post, pass, and fake, right? 7 different ways to break your opponent's stance. Then, of course, technique. But from technique, wrestling's got thousands of wrestling techniques. And in gymnastics, they say, okay, you're a level 6 gymnast. You're going to do these techniques on the balance beam. You're level 6. All over the nation, all the level 6 gymnasts are doing the same drills. Wrestling's not like that. It's an unorganized mess. So we kind of systemize our approach based on what I just said, as far as competing at a college level. So I think if you do that, you're going to have massive success in wrestling as a coach or as an athlete, and your results should start to take off. Now, you say, well, where can I get this list? I'm going to tell you about our programs, and if you have no interest, you can just hit delete right now. I know none of us like being sold to, and that's fine, but I'm going to tell you what we have to offer and why our camps sell out almost every year. Our camps have sold out the past 3 years. We have 2 months of camps, week after week after week, sold out. We have our own privately owned 15,000 square foot training center just outside of St. Louis, Missouri. And all the information's at purlerwrestling.com. And we have camps out there, 15,000 square foot, showers, bunk beds, you name it. Our weekend camps draw kids from as far away as Washington State, Oregon, Virginia, just for a 2-day camp. Our academy draws kids from as far away as Indiana. They'll drive 8 hours round trip for a 2-hour practice. So what we can do, if you had interest in learning more about our sort of system or getting your fingers on that list, what we do simply is this. I have a DVD series. It's called Foundation Wrestling. Go to purlerwrestling.com and check it out there. It's everything that you need. We broke wrestling down into 4 parts. Beginner, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. All you really need is phase 1 and 2. All right? The beginners need the beginners, right? You need to know how to do a half Nelson and how to sprawl. We sprawl in a circle. We don't sprawl straight back. And the beginner series also teaches how to pin somebody, right? You want to cradle the head, put your knee in the ear, right? You can fist over the shoulder, and then you make 2 fists. So, there's pinning technique on there. If you get hit with a headlock, which is pretty common in Little League Wrestling, you put your hairline on your opponent's collarbone. So there's tons of information and tricks in the beginner series that likely most high school state champs don't even know. So these are very user-friendly. Everything's taught. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, do this. Step 4, do that. And so everything's step by step and systematic. And some of the top college wrestlers in the nation have been big fans of our DVDs. I know Stefan Mishik from Michigan. I talked to his dad last year. Has studied our DVDs since he was 9. Nick Lee and the Lee boys from Penn State. They used to come to camps every year and even come for some one-on-one practices. They were big fans of our DVDs. So there's been quite a few over the years. But that will have that list that you want to get your hands on. But specifically the phase 1 and 2, that's how we build our camps and academy system. Our academy kids, we've earned over 2,000 state medalists and since 1999, and that's not an exaggeration. And our kids have earned well over $2.5 million in college wrestling scholarships. and a lot of those kids chose to go Division One, which means 10-20% scholarships. They could have went NAIA or Division Two and got full rides. So that could easily be at the $5 million mark probably, but a lot of our kids do choose to go Division One, and there's much less money there, and that's great too. So we have had success, and we have success because we do just as I mentioned. Get a system. All right. So gymnastics has level 1 through 10. Karate has belts. We have phases. Beginner, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. The phase 3 is 4 DVDs. There's tons of technique on there. It's outside the realm of system, but it's still a lot of great techniques. But I think that if you're a high school coach, or you're a wrestler in youth wrestling, or you're even a nationally ranked high school kid, you master phase 1 and 2 and then drill it over and over and over. See, it's all about execution. If LeBron James misses a free throw, he doesn't look for a new move or a new way to shoot a free throw. He says, I got to shoot it how do the best wrestlers or best basketball players in the world shoot? I'm going to shoot that way. And if the ball doesn't go in, we just have to get better so that it eventually does. And in wrestling, we have this, we're chasing our tail around looking for new moves and new technique. And if you just master phase 1 and 2, your kids are going to win. It's like state titles in a box, okay? So our DVDs are an option. Obviously, our summer camps, PurlerWrestling.com. is an option. We do weekend camps during the school year. Our academy, if you live near the St. Louis area or Central Missouri, is a good option. And also our summer camps. All right, we have a 24-day challenge where kids will get about 20,000 reps if they drill kind of military style on command like we do. And our camps are small group at my wife's privately owned wrestling campus, you could say, on 10 acres. And that's an option. We also have our 14-day camp. It's called the Dream Season Camp. And then we have kind of a condensed version. They're 5-day camps. We have the takedown machine and the 3-position camp. And the 3-position camp and the Dream Season Camp have a heavy emphasis on leg riding, because that's what our academy kids are known for. Even the college coaches like our kids because they all can ride legs, and it's something we pretty much force them to do. That's the best way to control the athleticism of your opponent, is through control, and leg riding is a big part of that. We like to focus on making sure we win a higher percentage of our close matches. So you say, well, that's easier said than done. Well, I don't know. If you are a good leg rider, you're going to win most of those. So if I have 12 close matches, and my definition of a close match is you win or lose by 3 points or less. So if I have 12 of those, and let's say I win 9 of those 12 matches, I might be the state champ. I'm in the state finals. I'm in the medal rounds at the national tournament. Let's say you lose 9 of those 12 matches. You might not qualify for state. You might go 2-2 at nationals, right? You might not even make varsity. Or as a youth wrestler, you might be a kid who just kind of experiences some inconsistency in your winning. But leg riding really helps you to tighten up the match and bring some control factor. And plus, obviously, you can turn kids to their back too. But even the matches where you don't turn someone, it really helps to be able to control the match and to help you as maybe you are on the young end of your bracket, or maybe you're even a freshman trying to be 18-year-old men. Being a leg rider is key. So those 2 camps do cover that. Our takedown machine is very popular also. It's just what you need to do to score takedowns. We have our hand fighting series is in there. Leg attacks, secondary attacks, which is scoring without shooting. There's plenty of ways to score without attacking the legs. Scoring from a front headlock, and scoring from hip pressure defense. That's the 4 areas you score from. And we have kind of a nice routine that says, well, if someone gets to a single leg, there's probably about 6 different things you can do. What are the 2 best ways to score from there? Now make me drill it hundreds of times. So the takedown machine camp, the 3-position camp, the Dream Season Camp, that's our camps at PurlerWrestling.com. And if you do all of those, that's a 24-day camp. That's called the 24-day challenge. And I will warn you that in 2015, it sold out months ahead of schedule. We added another 14-day camp. It sold out in about 4 weeks. So last year we turned away hundreds. So if you are interested in training with us, we only have about 60 kids on the mat, and our camp numbers are small. We don't do meat market camps. We don't waste people's times. We do offer a no running guarantee. We would never waste your time doing push-ups or running. You know, you can do that at your house for free. Our wrestling camp is all about wrestling. Your kids' feet will start moving within the first 30 seconds of practice. Even our warm-up is wrestling drills. It might be our push-pull-hit series. It might be down blocking. It might be maybe a knee slide or our level change drills. So everything at our camp revolves around keeping your kids engaged and getting better in the sport of wrestling. So our DVDs, our overnight camps, our weekend camps are also there. Another option is our private team camps. We do these all over America, and we come in, you say, I would like to have a system. Fine, we'll come and teach you ours. And you say, okay. We pick a date, we come in, and we do the private team camp. Now I say private team camp because about half the teams use that as an option, but we started opening it up where basically we have a 2-day, a 2.5-day, or a 5-day private team camp. The 2 or 2.5-day camps we can do during the school year, and those are phase 1 and 2, sort of a condensed version, so that we can, get everything accomplished that we need. The 5-day camp is phase 1 and 2, and we cover the series and we implement the system, and they're very drill intensive, and they are called private team camps because most coaches, I would say about half now, use them as a private just for their team. But we also allow you to open the camp up and use it as a fundraiser. I do not lie when I say that coaches have made $11,000 in a week off of our camp. Now, not everyone does that, but, making $4,000 to $6,000 should not be very difficult if you follow our advice. We get a flat fee for those camps. We could care less how you run it. They are your camps. Some people say, well, it's a 5-day camp, but we want to do the takedown camp the whole time. Fine. Now, remember, every kid, every athlete gets a free phase 1 and 2. That's a $220 DVD set they get. So if you want more information on bringing us to you for a private team camp, or our summer camps, or our weekend camps, or our wrestling academy throughout the state of Missouri and Southern Illinois, you can contact us at PurlerWrestling.com. And of course, our DVD series is sold there as well. So if you follow my advice, the winning will happen. It's pretty much guaranteed. And your results you can duplicate and reproduce those results year after year after year. As a coach, if the program is running you, it's a miserable sport. It's a miserable job. But if you're running the program, you're relaxed, you have a system in place, your youth coaches have a plan, your middle school coaches have a plan, your JV and beginners high school coaches have a plan, then you have your plan at the varsity level, and you have a private team camp each year, or you come to our camps, or maybe you don't, you just have open mats, but you're keeping the kids kind of immersed in the drill routines, okay? Your school can become a success machine. And we have famous coaches around the nation who've sort of become famous because they win so much. I know a guy who now owns his own wrestling building, and they've got one heck of a club and program going just because they started winning. When you win, your phone rings. It's pretty simple. So it can make wrestling very fun and exciting. And I think some of us work hard, but we don't have a system to follow. If you have a system in place and it works, then you don't need us. Fine. But if you don't, PurlerWrestling.com might be a place that you can choose. And certainly check us out on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel with about 200 video clips and advice. It's all free, obviously. I love helping people. And you might want to share that with your wrestlers as well. But contact us about our private team camps, DVDs, camps, if you have interest, academy if you live close, and check us out at PurlerWrestling.com. Good luck out there.